good morning, everyone. My name is Corren Johnson. I'm the director of the Baltimore City Department of Transportation, and I am so glad to be here with you all today, and I'd like to welcome you to this year's Bike to Work celebration. It is so exciting to see so many people here gathered this day to celebrate this event. As we kick off our press event, I'd like to thank Mayor Scott for joining us this morning and biking to work, along with our special guests, Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller, MDOT Secretary Samantha Biddle, and MDOT MTA Administrator Holly Arnold. Thank you all. I'd also like to thank BMC Executive Director Mike Kelly for helping to coordinate Bike to Work Week here in Central Maryland. And we are honored to have here with us today, along with our many biking partners, including Bike More, Rails to Trails Conservatory, Black People Ride Bikes, the Baltimore City Department of Planning's Office of State Sustainability, and the Baltimore... There we go. All right. And the Baltimore City Department of Human Resources to promote cycling as a healthy and sustainable commuting option for work. As we celebrate together this morning, it is my hope that Bike to Work Day will motivate residents to try alternative modes of transportation for commuting. We continue to expand Baltimore's cycling infrastructure to increase safety and provide opportunities for people to get around the city in a greener and cleaner way. Here in Baltimore City, the transportation infrastructure is now being designed to promote equity and accessibility for all road users, making this a great time to try biking as an alternative commuting option. In addition to our rideshare program, which offers shared e-bikes, scooters, and adaptive vehicles for those with special mobility needs, provides residents with a variety of sustainable transportation options. Cycling to everyday destinations is an ideal way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and create a healthier and more sustainable city. As we strive to reduce traffic congestion and improve air quality for our generation and those to come, we are working to provide a variety of mobility options beyond just driving alone in our single-use vehicles. I applaud Mayor Scott for his commitment to increasing city cycling facilities, and I commend our biking partners here with us today for working with the mayor to provide a transportation system that improves safety and mobility for all. As we continue to promote biking as an equitable and healthy alternative, the Department of Transportation is committed to designing infrastructure that safely accommodates all users of this city's transportation system. Thank you, and now I'd like to introduce Councilman Ryan Dorsey.
Thank you, Director. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to Bike to Work Day. Thanks for everybody who bikes to work. Thanks for folks who bike to work every day in this city. There are plenty of people who do this. And I'm really thankful to Mayor Scott for helping us to make it a safer city to do this. If you see this shirt that I'm wearing, this is a shirt that maps out every single street in Baltimore City. I know it because it's a map of every street that I've biked in Baltimore City. Every single street in Baltimore City is bikeable, but we need to make every single street in Baltimore City safely bikeable for everybody in every neighborhood of this city. I'm thankful for the support that I've had in my time on the city council to make the Harford Road corridor up in northeast Baltimore a much safer place, a much more inviting place for economic development and community growth, to make that corridor a real center of community, not just highways plowing through our neighborhoods. Thankful so much to Mayor Scott for moving to my city council district. I feel very fortunate that I was able to bike to his house this morning and bike down here to City Hall with him, and to pass by also in my district our MTA Administrator Holly Arnold's house on the way. So I feel like I've got a wealth of support up in Northeast Baltimore, and I'm here to look forward to the 4 years ahead. For how I can help to continue to steward the rest of the city in partnership with the Department of Transportation, MDOT, MTA, and all of our outside partners. Thank you so much to everybody. And now it's a privilege to get to introduce my friend and constituent, Mayor Scott. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman, my councilman. And congratulations again, and thank you for biking to work with me today. I'm thankful to have such a perfect morning before the rain makes us all wet at Preakness tomorrow. One of my favorite events is Bike to Work Day. I'd like to thank our special guest, our fabulous Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller, along with our partners, Deputy Secretary Biddle, one part of the triplets from biking down Harford Road, MTA Administrator Holly Arnold, the rest of the MDOT team, obviously Councilman Dorsey, because every day is Bike to Work Day for him. I saw him in a car last week, and I almost fainted. I hadn't seen him in a car so long. I didn't know he still had one. I said, "You have a car?" I want to say thank you to Baltimore City Planning, Office of Sustainability, Department of Human Resources, of course, Director Johnson and the fabulous team at DOT, BMC Director Mike Kelly. Mike, I don't know if I saw you on the bike this morning, but it's over there. All right, just got to make sure. I thank all of our advocates who are here, Bike More, Black People Ride Bike, and the Rails to Trails Conservatives. But last but not least, I want to extend my dear appreciation to all the employees who have worked so hard to make this year's Bike to Work Day event a huge success. With one little note and caveat, if you want the mayor to wear the shirt, don't make it Carolina blue, because I'll never wear that color. Today, we celebrate the 27th annual Bike to Work Day in Baltimore City, joining cities throughout the United States and Canada to promote cycling as a viable option for commuting to work. This event encourages a clean commute while promoting safety awareness for cyclists and other communities. Here in Baltimore City, we are committed to making our transportation safe and accessible for everyone. In 2021, as you know, we adopted our first Complete Streets manual, which ensures that the city's infrastructure is planned, designed, and constructed to safely accommodate all users of the transportation system. With over 273 miles of cycling facilities in the city, cyclists can enjoy improved mobility and accessibility. Projects like the 28th Street Bike Lane in Remington, obviously my favorite, the Harford Road Bike Lane, the Mount Royal Cycle Track in Mount Vernon, and the Madison Avenue Bike Boulevard provide cyclists and shared mobility users with safe areas to travel. And we are also continuing our work on the Greenway Trail Network to create a 35-mile loop directly linking more than 75 Baltimore neighborhoods. Of the 35-mile concept, only 10 miles are left to be constructed, and we will continue to advance the trail design along the remaining gaps. In addition to our many biking facilities, the city has a robust dockless micro-mobility program that provides equitable and accessible transportation options for Baltimoreans. Since our e-scooter and e-bike permit program launched in 2019, they've become a deep part of Baltimore's transportation infrastructure. This spring, our dockless vendor Spin, which showed up at my house giving people electric bikes when I think they should ride regular bikes if they're going to bike to work. Today introduced Spin Access Plan, which provides free trips for low-income residents, that's free 99, with a goal of 18% of all Spin miles traveled in the city being a part of this free program. In Baltimore, residents that have low-income plans take about 50% more trips using dockless vehicles each month than riders without a plan. Our dockless program empowers residents to use multimodal transportation options citywide while integrating creative solutions for better mobility. In celebration of Bike to Work Day today, not week, they wouldn't let me do it all week, I encourage all residents to consider cycling as a viable option for commuting to work. Biking is not just a viable option, it's one that provides numerous health and environmental benefits for all. As we look to create a more sustainable community options, you have my commitment that we will continue to build bike infrastructure in Baltimore City. Thank you very much. And now I will turn it over to our next speaker, our fabulous Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. Ma'am.
Good morning, Charm City. I'll tell you, I had a great ride coming up here, and it was quite refreshing on Bike to Work Day. And I want... Right? Biking so much better than riding those noisy cars. But I'll tell you, I spent 25 years in my professional career as a transportation engineer, and one of the focuses that I had was bikeways and sidewalks program. So I know how vital it is to moving people is to give them alternative modes of transportation. Look, I believe that transportation is an instrument of freedom. And in that, lane, what you get is bicycles are really one of the most liberating ways of finding freedom because it allows everyone to use it. And all of the, infrastructure that we're seeing here, not just in Baltimore City and Charm City, but throughout the entire state of Maryland, it happens because of partnership, right? Right here in Baltimore City, we got the great Mayor Scott here, who's not only a great leader here, but also an avid cyclist. And it starts at the top. So when people in the city see their mayor riding around on the street, it allows them to do the same, as well as Councilman Dorsey, that apparently he has a car too. So, but glad you're on the, bicycle a lot more. And then you got a whole team, right? You got Director Johnson and, at MDOT, I'll tell you, we have the greatest team of all with Secretary Wiedefeld and Deputy Secretary Biddle and Holly Arnold and Joanna Green and Tony Bridges. So lots of people who come together to build the infrastructure. And I know during the course of the past 13 years that state has awarded over $38 million throughout the state for a bicycle infrastructure because it is so vital. Look, I'm not going to give you all the reasons why bicycling is good. For many reasons, you reduce your carbon footprint. It's better for the environment. But I'll tell you, one of the greatest things about it is it connects individuals to their communities, right? I mean, right there, you're on the ground. You feel the community around you when you're riding your bicycle. And I think there's nothing that compares to that. Being on foot and being on a bicycle is one of the greatest ways in which you can connect. And that's vital. So anyway, I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled for the partnership that will continue to happen as we move forward. Also want to give a big shout out to Mike Kelly. And I had the, great honor this morning of using this spin electric bike. Let me tell you, if you haven't tried one of these, you need to try it. Man, do you feel powerful and liberating. You think you're, even though I'm so out of shape, I felt like, man, I am ready for, the next athletic, competition here. But thank you so much for allowing me to use the spin electric bike. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Let's continue to do this. Today is the 27th annual. We'll continue to build this till we have 50th annual, 100th annual. Who knows what it's going to look like, 20 years from now, 50 years from now. But looking forward to being a partner in all of it. Thank you. Oh, and now I get the great pleasure of introducing the highest ranking female in transportation in the state of Maryland, Deputy Secretary Samantha Biddle.
Thanks so much, Lieutenant Governor, for your leadership and for being here this morning. And happy Bike to Work Day, everyone. On behalf of Secretary Paul Wiedefeld, I'm thrilled to be in Baltimore City this morning to ride with the Lieutenant Governor, the Mayor, and the whole bike bunch. As the mother of two young girls, I especially loved seeing all of the families biking to work together this morning. I have to give a shout out to my daughter Lulu, who just got her training wheels off last week and is killing it. So. The Maryland Department of Transportation is so proud to sponsor Bike to Work Week events across the state this year and every year. We've expanded our efforts this year with Team MDOT out and about all around Maryland. For many, biking is the way to get to work, to shop, or reach transit. Biking connects Marylanders to opportunities, and people who ride on two wheels deserve to be just as safe as those who ride on four. MDOT is committed to increasing equitable access across our entire transportation system. And as part of that, this year we published our long-term pedestrian and bicycle plan, and we look forward to engaging with all of our partners and the public on a future trail plan to support the development of that regional trail network, because the region needs to be just as strong as the city in that regard in connecting everyone. Whether you walk, bike, or roll, MDOT is working to enhance safety for all Marylanders. Biking to work is also a great way to reduce the number of cars and congestions on the road, just highlighting also what our Lieutenant Governor mentioned as well. So I encourage everyone to explore options like walking, biking, sharing a ride, or using mass transit. There are substantial federal and state incentives available for businesses who want to support their employees in this endeavor. MDOT offers free programs to help get started, and there's even an app that will help you and pay you to take transit called InSend Trip. You can learn more about the app and all of our programs on MDOT's website, mdot.maryland.gov. And now it's my honor to introduce one of Maryland's greatest advocates for transit. You may have seen her riding a bus around Baltimore or taking the MARC train. This morning you saw her biking down Hartford Road. So please welcome MTA Administrator Holly Arnold.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary Biddle. Good morning. I am Holly Arnold, Administrator of the Maryland Transit Administration. On a personal note, I wanted to thank the Mayor and Councilman Dorsey for their commitment to bus lanes on Hartford Road. I'm a Northeast Baltimore resident. My 8-year-old loves biking across the Hartford Road Bridge to Lake Montebello, which is one of our fantastic city benefits, assets here. And so just thank you to their continued dedication for that. Thank you, Mayor Scott, City Transportation Director Johnson, Lieutenant Governor Miller, Deputy Secretary Biddle, all of the transportation professionals who work for MTA and the City of Baltimore for your work on behalf of cyclists in the region. Some of you might be asking, why is MTA interested in promoting bicycling? Don't we want everyone on buses? Yes, but part of our core mission is make getting around easier, cleaner, and less congested for everyone, which means that we're a natural partner to biking. Biking is a great way to commute and to connect to our system, so that we are making it easy for our riders to bring bicycles on bus, light rail, metro, subway, and MARC. We're working together with our regional partners to develop innovative ways to bring transit and cycling together, and we've made great strides toward that goal in recent years. Here in Baltimore, we've partnered with City DOT to add more than 12 miles of shared bus-bike lanes that provide new options to get through downtown. On the MARC side, we've added bike cars on all of our weekend trains and added bike racks to our passenger cars. And we're retrofitting 10 more single-level MARC train cars into those bike cars, which will allow us to add new spaces for more than 25 bicycles and operate bike cars on all peak period Penn Line trains and select Camden to Brunswick Line trains beginning this fall. We've also added bike racks at 29 different bus, light rail, metro, subway, MARC train, and Park and Ride locations around the state as part of our Fast Forward program. And we now have bike racks at every rail station in our transit network and bike lockers at more than a dozen of those stations. These investments help to improve the connections between biking and transit. So thank you again, and it's my pleasure to introduce another strong advocate for bicycles and transit, Baltimore Metropolitan Council Executive Director Mike Kelly.
Thank you, Holly, and thank you to all the other speakers who joined us here for National Bike to Work Week. The Baltimore Metropolitan Council has been coordinating this event for 27 years, and Mr. Mayor, we held off Carolina Blue as long as we could. Next year, I'll make a commitment to making it Mervo colors for you, see if we can get you to wear this thing. This year, we've welcomed more than 1,700 riders at 21 events around the region, including 11 stops here in Baltimore City. The events include traditional pit stops, group rides, a spin e-bike demonstration, and new this year are Bike From Work happy hours. And we're not finished celebrating. We're going to keep things rolling this afternoon and into the weekend, so please check the calendar at biketoworkmd.com. I want to thank all the people and organizations who helped us host this record schedule of events. 24 bike shops participated as pickup spots for the Carolina Blue t-shirts, which most people enjoyed. And those include Baltimore Bicycle Works, Trek Bikes, and Joe's Bike Shop. It's also a coordinated effort that wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. So thank you to everyone who supported the program this year, and special thanks for those here today, including our friends at the Baltimore City Department of Transportation and the Maryland Department of Transportation. Again, thanks to everyone who participated. This is a special event every year, and we want to try and make every week Bike to Work Week. With that, I'll turn it back over to Baltimore City Director of Transportation, Corren Johnson.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much to all of our amazing speakers, our special guests, all of our partners, everyone that's been here to support Bike to Work Day throughout Central Maryland. As we conclude this morning's press event, I just want to thank everyone who's here, including all of you all, because this really is representative of what it means throughout the city, how important it is, and all the great partners that we have to come together and show how important this is within our city, within this region, and continue to strive forward in implementing this infrastructure throughout our area. And the impact it's making on so many families, as we heard about children and how impactful it is to children and the generations to come. So thank you for thinking about our future. Just really thank you, and let's continue the celebration. We heard there's some bike to after work celebrations continuing throughout the weekend. So check those out. At this time, we can address any questions you all might have. Thank you. There we go.